Okay, so my friends, essentially we have completed all the varieties of time value of money, but few schedules and few other complexities are pending to be done where no new formulas would be involved, but with the same formulas we may satisfy some of the purposes. One of such purpose is to create a loan amortization schedule from whatever the knowledge we have got related to time value of money. So my friends, let's go to the loan amortization schedule so that we'll be able to get it in a better way. What does this schedule stand for? Everything we are going to just discuss. Now, in the loan, everyone should be aware about that generally loans have the installment amount. There are lump sum loans as well where the no installment amount is involved. You just take the money at one point of time and you repay back that money including the interest in a one slot after some number of periods. But in majority of the loans there are installment amount, right? Now in that case, my friend, that installment amount includes two things. Whatever the installment amount you pay, no, that includes two things. One is the amount of loan that is repaid, and another one is the interest on loan. Now, how to bifurcate that loan repaid and interest on loan from the amount of installment that you will be paying for all this number of periods for which the loan is there, How can we do that? That's where the problem is. Number two, you must have heard it from your relatives who have taken the loans on home or on some other properties that in the initial number of years, the loan amount is deducted very less. And in the initial number of years, the interest on loan, the interest component of your installment amount is quite high. तो कोई कोई लोग आके कहते हैं कि हमारा तो लोन कट ही नहीं हो रहा है, हमने कितने इंस्टॉलमेंट पे कर दिए लेकिन लोन में से कुछ कट ही नहीं हो रहा. So this is the layman's language. Being a finance student, you must be aware about the fact that in the initial number of periods, the opening balance is very high, and because of that, the interest amount is also very high. That is the reason. So everyone, please see this format. First one would be the serial number for which you will be having the loan amortization schedule, number of periods. Then I am taking the opening balance. Then the third one would be my installment amount that remains the same throughout the loan period. Then my friend, from the installment, you have the principal repayment. As I have stated, that installment amount consists of two things, right? Then you have got the interest for that particular period, and then you will have the closing balance. So these are the 6 columns you will be preparing for the loan amortization schedule. Let's read the question first and then we'll move ahead to the preparation of it. Mr. Ronaldo wants to purchase one soccer ball manufacturing company. To acquire that company, he will have to take the loan of $50 lakhs for 5 years. The interest rate is 8% per annum and installment will be paid on a yearly basis. Prepare the loan amortization schedule for ordinary annuity as well as for the annuity due. When I say ordinary annuity, that means installments are paid at the end of the period. And when I say annuity due, that means you are aware that installments are paid right at the beginning of the period, So I'm just writing all the serial numbers, how many number of years are there, and this installment is paid on a yearly basis. So there would be in total 5 installments. I'm just writing every one of you would be 2, 3, 4 and 5. Sir, for the first period, obviously, the opening balance would be the total amount of loan, 50 lakhs. Because for the first period, no installment is paid yet. The opening balance would be the total amount of loan. Now we are supposed to find the installment. That installment can be found by using the formula of PV of ordinary annuity or the annuity due. So you people are aware that PV of ordinary annuity, can someone recall the formula please? 1 minus 1 divided by R raised to n divided by R, and after that whole bracket we have the I as well. So that I is supposed to be found. Let's find it. So PV I equal to in bracket 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus R raised to n to be divided by R again. Now I would be finding PV is the amount of loan we have taken right now, my friends. That amount is going to be 50 lakhs. I'm just writing 50 lakhs over there. Installment amount we are supposed to find. So let's keep it as I only. 1 divided by 1 plus R. R stands for the rate of return, or in this case the rate of interest, because it's a loan. So sir, it's 8%. No other adjustments related to compounding frequencies to be done because it's yearly only. If it would have been monthly, we would have divided that 8% by 12, right? So I'm just writing 8%. It can also be written like 0.08 in decimals. So divide whatever the percentage you have by 100. So you get it in decimal. Number of periods would be 5. Then the whole needs to be divided by R again. That's going to be 0.08. So therefore 50 lakhs. Let's just solve this big bracket first and then we will do the rest of the things. 1 minus 1 divided by 1.08 raised to 5 to be divided by 0.08. So therefore 50 lakhs equal to, can someone tell me what is the answer you are getting for that discounting factor, this one? Anyone? 1 divided by 1.08 raised to 5, 0.6805. Very good, Mr. Harsh. Very good, Miss Urja. 0. Just a second. To be divided by 0.08. Now some arbitrary calculation is required to be done. Rest everything is already done, equal to I. So in numerator you get something 1 minus 0.6805. So 0.3195 to be divided by 0.08. So therefore 50 lakhs equal to I, and we have got the ultimate answer multiplied by 3.99375. So therefore I equal to 50 lakhs to be divided by 3.99375. So what is the installment amount we get? Can someone tell me? 12,52,282. 12,52,282 rupees, and that installment amount will remain same for all this number of years. We people are aware about it, right? Let's move ahead. So installment amount without thinking any other thing, you would just put installment amount over there in all 5 number of years. 12,5282. 12,5282. Some people will like, what is this? But we are Gujarati medium students, so we do like this. 12,5282. No matter how much command we have got over English, but still the calculation happens in Gujarati.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Other friends are getting 1251 956.
1251 956 is which? Okay, that's Mr. Harsh as well got the same. So then there would be some difference. Fine, let's take majority of the students are getting 1251 956. Let's take that one. Let me do it over here so that I can come to know which one is more precise. 50 divided by 3.99375. 1251 956. Oops. 1251 956. That's the right answer. You and I have got the same. That's perfectly okay. हमें मिस्टेक्स करने का राइट है. In fact, I promote that you should do the mistake. Only with the mistakes we learn the things. And in my class, no student should be afraid of making the mistakes, That's perfectly fine. કેટલું આવે છે sir? 51. Now my Excel is high on the ganja, it's hanging a lot. 12 51 956. And that will remain same for all this number of years, 1252 956. 1251 956. Sorry, 1251 956. Now, sir, from this opening balance, we can find the interest amount, because interest is always charged on the opening balance, can also be called as the remaining amount of loan to be repaid, can also be called as the outstanding amount of loan to be paid. So for each period's interest, you will be doing the calculation on the opening balance. So on opening balance, 8% interest is charged, my friend. On opening balance, how much it is charged? 8%. So 8% on the first opening balance on 50 lakhs. How much it is? Can someone tell me? 4 lakhs, yes or no? Very good. So 4 lakhs is the amount of interest you have got in the first one. Then from the installment amount, if you reduce the interest amount, so you get the principal amount, right? So this is the total amount you will be making as an installment. From that, you have come to know that, sir, interest amount would be 4 lakhs. So rest of the money would be deducted from your loan account. So how much it is? 851 956. Now that is the amount deducted from your loan account. So closing balance would be opening balance minus principal repayment. Principal repayment is the amount of loan repaid that is to be deducted from the opening balance in each year. So you get the closing balance. 50 minus 851 956. What do we get? Can someone tell me, please, by unmuting yourself?
4148044.
4148
044.
44. Sir, the closing balance of the first year will become the opening balance of the next year. So we would be taking that as an opening balance 4,148,044. Now interest would be charged on the opening balance of the second year. So now 8% would be charged on 41,480,88. So can someone tell me that amount, please? 8% of 4148. Everyone. Some people like हम तो नहीं ही बोलेंगे. क्यों नहीं बोलेंगे? बताइए मुझे. Unmute yourself. मैं वहां पे
So
देखने.
3,31,843.52.
हाँ धीरे धीरे. 3 फिर
31,843.
331,843.5. Very good. So from the installment amount, that is the total amount you pay, right? From installment, if you reduce the interest, so you get the remaining amount of loan repayment. Installment is the total amount you pay. From that, you have got the interest component. So obviously, rest of the money is principal repayment. So what do we get here? Principal repayment, please. I can check it from the chat box as well, but the problem is that, if I go over there, no, then here I need to activate my pen again. Anyway, I'll go there. 331,843. प्रिंसिपल रिपेमेंट कितना आ रहा है बेटा, कौन बताएगा? 1251,956 minus 331,843. 920,112. Okay, 920. 112. Now that is to be deducted from the opening balance. So you get the closing balance. That is the amount of loan repaid, 41,480,44 minus closing balance. So what do you get as a closing balance for the second year? Opening minus principal repayment. How much, everyone? Do it, please. बच्चे बहुत स्लो जा रहे हैं, हड़ू हड़ू, धीरे धीरे. सर पहला लेक्चर है इसलिए ऐसा होता है. ओके. 41,480,44 minus 331,843. No, not 331. 921,112.
So answer is 3,227,931.
3,227,862. 931.
I am getting 932, sir.
931, sir.
41,48,000 minus 920,112. 931 you are getting.
Yes, sir.
So 920,113 is supposed to be subtracted. No?
113 or 112. A 0.5 can be taken as a 112 as well. You can round it off at the upward side to 113 as well. That's fine. 1 rupee won't be making much problem here. 32,27,931. Okay, so one fellow has got 931. That means his or her interest amount would be slightly different. 41,48,044 multiplied by 8%. Let me just do it so that we cross verify that. 331,843, and you reduce that 331,843 from 1251,956. So principal repayment 920,112, and if you reduce 920,112 from 41,48,044, and 32,27,932. 32,27,932 is the right answer. Okay, so closing balance of the second year will become the opening balance of the third year. So 32,27,932. On that, the interest amount would be charged for the third period. Please everyone do it. Now only I will be doing it to avoid any repetitions or mistakes. Thirty-two 27,932 multiplied by 8 percentage, sir. So we get the interest amount of 258,235. Okay, now it's a monotonous exercise. From the installment, you reduce this interest 1251,956 minus the above mentioned amount. That's gonna be 993,721. Sir, you reduce the principal repayment from the opening, so you get the closing. Okay. Equal to 32,27,932 minus 920. We get 22,34,211. 22,34,211. Others may cross verify this, that you are getting the same answer. Closing balance of the third year will become the opening of the fourth. 22,34,211. On that, the interest of 8% is to be charged now. So we get 178,737. That would be my interest. And the remaining portion of the installment amount is obviously the principal repayment. So equal to 1251,936 minus 10,73,219. That principal repayment is to be reduced from the opening balance. So we get 1160,991. 1160,991. So the opening balance of the fifth year will become 1160,991. On that, the interest is to be charged at 8% for the fifth year as well. So sir, that is 92,879. 92,879. So the remaining amount is going to be the principal repayment amount. Please reduce 92,879 from 1251,956. 1251,956 minus 92,879. So we get 1159,077. 1159,077. Now, my friend, because of the fact that we have followed some approximation, your closing balance would be slightly in amount of hundreds or thousand or something, but that is an approximation difference. Ideally, your opening balance should be your principal repayment amount. If you would have followed exactly in the same decimals, whatever you get, 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever the case it would be. So ultimately your closing balance should become zero. But because of the fact that we have taken some approximations, because of the discounting factor and everything, you will get something around 500, 600, 400 or whatever the case it would be. But that's okay. Examiner who is checking it is rational enough, he is matured enough to ignore that rounding of difference. Is it clear, my friend? Good. In your case, 1915 is the difference, which is quite high, Miss Urja. In other case, how much is the difference? I guess they would be getting the same interest as mine. So whatever the difference you get for the last year is to be ignored, because you should get exactly this amount. Principal repayment amount of the 5th year should be matching with your opening balance. But that's okay. We may move ahead. Because of the rounding difference, it may happen. So is it clear? Loan amortization schedule, my friends. The 6 columns are to be prepared: opening balance, serial number, installment, principal repayment, interest, and the closing balance. Now, sir, the next question arises that what if this would have been the annuity due? So that means right at the beginning only, you're making the amount of installment payment, So in that case, what to be done? Okay. So again, the same 6 columns would be prepared: serial number, then you would have the opening balance, then you will have the installment amount, then you would have the interest component, then you will have the principal repayment, and the last one should be closing balance. Everyone should be doing it along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 as it is. Opening balance will again be 50 lakhs only. Then you would be finding the installment amount by taking the annuity due formula rather than the ordinary annuity formula. So I'm just taking you to that formula chart. From that you will be able to get it in a better way. Okay, friends. So the annuity due, present value of annuity due formula is slightly different. At 1 plus r raised to n you have got. No, from n you will be doing -1. And that is to be divided by r. And then after that, you would have just +1 added once that bracket is over. So here we have got it. You may just, I'm zooming it further so you get it in a better way. 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus r raised to n minus 1 divided by r. And then you have got +1. I'm writing it. PV of annuity due, I in bracket 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus r raised to n minus 1 to be divided by r. And so we have done minus 1 over there. So after that we would be adding the chacha ji too. Plus 1. Chacha ji ko bhul nahi jana hai. Equal to I we would be finding present value of annuity due would be 50 lakhs. That is the amount of loan we have taken. Equal to I will be taken as I, or you may assume it as x. 1 minus 1 divided by 1.08 raised to n minus 1. So it would be 4, right? Here we have got 5, so I'm putting 4 over there. N minus 1 directly I have written. And 0.08, and here we have got plus 1 ultimately. Therefore, 50 lakhs equal to I in bracket 1 minus, everyone please find it along with me. So I'm just finding that 1 divided by 1.08 raised to 4. So that is 0.73503. And here I have got 0.08, and this plus 1 is after that, sir. Please do not add it in the numerator. It's after, once that small bracket which is hidden, not given to you, it's there after that. ये चाचा जी है जो रूठ गए हैं शादी में आके कि मेरे को तो कोई भाविच नहीं दे रहा, तो वो साइड में जाकर बैठ गए हैं, तो वो साइड में है, ध्यान रखना. Therefore 50 lakhs equal to I one minus 73503. So 0.2649 to be divided by 0.08 plus 1. Therefore 50 lakhs equal to I 3.3121. Plus 1. Therefore 50 lakhs equal to I in bracket 4.2121. So therefore 50 lakhs divided by 4.2121 equal to I. So what do we get as an I in this case, my friend? Can someone tell me, all of you? 1159,521 received by Urja. Miss Darshita is getting 1159,527. Miss Sethi is telling me to repeat one line. Which line, Miss Sethi? Can you just tell me? I forgot which line I had said. Okay, thank you so much. 1159,520, there is a consensus. Many of those students are getting. Urja and Harsha both are getting the same answer. So we'll be taking 1159,520. So without putting any logic now, that installment amount would just be copied and pasted in all the installment amounts, 1159,520. In the second one as well, the same 1159,520. In third one as well, 1159,520. Fourth one too. Now, my friend, try to understand. Everyone, please focus. Then you will be doing the other calculations, which will remain same. Only the difference would be in the first period. Now, say your loan is started, and right at the same time, you make the installment payment right at the beginning of the period from which your loan is started. then obviously there is no interest amount involved in that, right? Whatever the payment you are making, that is straight away from the opening balance, because it is paid right at the beginning of the period from which the loan is started. Please try to understand. So this principal repayment would be directly from the opening balance, and in that case there will be no interest charged. So that entire principal amount will be the installment amount, 1159 520. And now you will be reducing that principal amount from the opening balance, so you get some closing balance there for the first period, and then rest everything would be same. Rest everything would be same as it is. So equal to 50 lakhs minus 1159 520. So here we get 38 40 480. So the closing balance of the first will become the opening of the second.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, this 50 lakhs divided by 4.121, I am getting 12 lakh 13,000.
Let me do it.
Sir, I got 4.3121.
4.3121 is this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let me just calculate this again.
Sir, you had calculated there only. 3.3121. Above your cursor, it is already calculated.
Point 73503. Good. So here we have got the same answer. So 3.3121. That is the right one. 3.3121 is the right one, my friend. Those who are getting 3.3131, I guess you will be having some error there in your calculation. Please do it again.
Sir, we have taken
The
3121
problem is
only, but you have written wrong.
Acha, I have written wrong. 3121. Where did I write the things wrong, my friend? Can someone tell me? The girl
Sir,
that
you
you...
have calculated right, but when you are writing with pen, you have made mistake there only.
73503
So one
is
more
been...
step down.
Acha, here. 26.
नीचे है जी.
The next step.
Here.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
4121.
4.3121.
Okay. So equal to 0.26497 divided by 0.08. 3.3121. Okay, fine. So here we have got, instead of 21, we should be writing 31 over there. True. Very true. 3121. Okay. So 50 lakhs divided by 3121. So we get some other amount there. Let me just check it. 3121. We get 1159.
1159,528.
So that's true. That's true. That is what we have got the answer from some of the other students as well. That's perfectly fine. 8 rupees difference can be rounded off. Fine. So whatever the installment amount we have taken can be taken as it is. So there is no mistake in this installment amount. Please, everyone, make sure that. Okay. Now, sir, the closing balance of the second year would be the opening of the first 38, 40, 480. Now the interest would be charged on the second period, because see, one amount was paid straight away, that's understood, but for the second period, right at the beginning, the opening balance you had, no? On that you will be charging the interest. So 3840, on that you will be charging the interest now. From the second period onwards, the interest will keep on being charged to you. But for the first one, it will not be charged, right? Why? Because when the loan is started right at the beginning, it's annuity due. Right at the beginning, if you make some installment amount, so obviously that installment amount do not include any interest. It is as good as the down payment you are making. Now rest every calculations will remain same, and you should be getting the closing balance as 0. Everyone please do it. I'm giving you 3 minutes uninterrupted. It's already 9:43, so you would be having a next lecture as well. Please everyone do it. You will be completing this table on your own, because rest everything remains the same, so that's why I'm not doing. And the closing balance again you should be getting somewhere near to 0. Some of the approximations somewhere around 1000 or 500 rupees or so can be perfectly fine, but you should be getting more or less the same amount as 0. Others may please put the enrollment number as a mark of your attendance. That's it from my side for the day. In the next session, we would be exploring the CAGR as well as the effective and nominal rate, and the perpetuity will also be taken care of. Now, as far as the third module is concerned, no, we have completed considerable amount of third module. So in third module, we'll not be taking much time now, but I felt that time value of money was really important concept that is to be covered right in the initial stage. So that's why we have covered it. Please put your enrollment number. That's it from my side. Bye-bye, take care, sayonara, and complete this question. Take care.
Excuse me.
Yes, please.
Sir, in our first midterm, there was some question like if you get interest in at the first of your year or last of your year, so what is called? Sir, due interest and ordinary interest. Sir, what's the other's name of ordinary interest? Because there was, there was no option of ordinary.
Immediate is also a name used for mentioning the ordinary annuity. So sometimes for ordinary annuity, immediate annuity may also be used.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yes. Anyone else having any query or question, please?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Surja, please.
Sir, in this annuity, you have written that first year, second year, third year, fourth year, and fifth year. So, if we are paying installment as on date, on which date we are taking loan, then it can't be taken as 0 year.
Yes, you may start with the 0 as well. So it's just basically the difference of how you are looking at it. Say you are writing 1, then this calculation remains the same. It does not make change in the fundamental calculations, right? It's just about from where you are starting. If you write it at 0, that means you are making the payment right in that period. That's perfectly fine. Conceptually, you are right. If you start with 0, then that is more agreeable answer. But even if you start with 1, then you don't make any fundamental changes in the calculation. Calculation remains as.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye bye. Take care. Sayonara. That's it from my side. Thank you.